Hey, welcome back to B&B Talk. It's Paul here. We got a lot to cover in this episode, and I'm telling you, it's a blockbuster. First I thought, oh, there's not much happening, and then, by the end of it, not anymore. Alright, I'm going to tell you what happened. First we see Rick, and he asks Maya, obviously after the pills, he wants to know what's going on, so he asks her if she doesn't trust him. Is that why she's keeping a secret from him? And he said he doesn't care about what she's keeping secret. Whatever it is, he can handle it. He doesn't care. You know, at this point, we're supposed to think, what, is Maya going to say something? Of course she's not going to say anything. She doesn't want to let him know. This secret is huge, and she's going to stall him for as long as she can. We then see Nicole, and it's crazy. This girl's like a bull in a china shop. She tells Oliver and Othello that she wants to sing in the upcoming fashion show. Now, Oliver's had enough of her. He sees her as a schemer. He doesn't want any part of it. But Othello, he sees her, he takes one look at her actually, and he's totally hot for her. So they give her a chance to sing, and of course, what do you think? She's amazing. So it looks like she's going to be singing at the fashion show, but Othello wants Nicole and Maya to sing together at his club. He goes one further, so maybe we're going to see something like that down the road. I don't think they'd mention it unless they were going to do it. Oliver and Othello do disagree over Maya. We know that Othello is definitely a Team Rick and Maya fan, and Oliver wants nothing to do with it. He sees him as a threat. Whereas Othello thinks that they should be married and consolidate their power and become the next... Come on. Do you really see them as the next power couple in Forrester? I don't. But stranger things have happened. Then we do see that Oliver puts out his feelings about Nicole. He says she's an absolute wild card, but obviously Othello isn't listening to this. Then we see Liam, and they start talking obviously about Rick and Maya, and Liam asks Wyatt if he's soft on Rick. Now he's taking his temperature. He wants to know where he is, on the side of the battle that's coming. And Wyatt says absolutely not. He says Rick has to go, but they both figure that they need to figure out what his Achilles heel is, and Liam is the one leading the charge on this one. He definitely wants to take over the company. He wants Rick out of there. And then they're pretty much sure that once Rick marries Maya, that's going to be it. Same thing, they've consolidated their power. No one's going to be able to touch him, and he's going to rule for a long time. So, I mean, this is very medieval, very much the king, the throne. If the king marries, the kingdom will be stronger kind of thing. Evil king, you get it. So they want to stop this, and Liam says to Wyatt that it could be their first joint venture. So we're getting to see what would make Bill Spencer really happy, which is to see his two sons work together. I mean, there's no talk of hope. She's out of the picture, at least for now. I think she'll be back soon. But in the meantime, it's good to see the Spencer boys get along. We then see Nicole, and she pops in on Rick and Maya, and Rick is always making these bold declarations. So he says in front of Nicole that as soon as the waiting period, and I don't get this one here, I'm going to have to ask the writers. Didn't Rick just say yesterday that he was afraid of commitment after going through the whole divorce thing? So he turns around and what does he say? He says that right after the waiting period, he's basically going to get down on hands and knees and pop the question to Maya. So Maya knows now the clock is running. She's definitely happy about the fact that he wants to do this. And, Maya says that Rick knows that she's hiding something. She tells Nicole this after Rick leaves, and she said that he knows about the pills. So what does Nicole do? She reassures her. She says, this whole secret of yours, the fact that you're transgender is going to be a non-factor. We all know what Nicole's doing, right? Nicole is shoving her so close to the buzzsaw. She wants her to go, and Maya starts to get a little jumpy. She's scared now because now there is a clock ticking, and she wants to know why her sister is pushing her so close. I mean, are you that daft? This girl wants you out of the way. She wants the secret out, and I think she'd like to take a run at Rick as well. So she also goes one further and tells him that she tells Maya, maybe you and Rick can adopt. And for a second, Maya feels a little more comforted that her sister's at least behind her, but she's terrified. And then she turns around, she wants to know why Nicole is pushing her. Well, you know why she's pushing her. You absolutely know why your sister's pushing you. She wants you out of the way. Then we see Rick show up, and he pops in on Ivy and Liam, and this doesn't, I mean, you can tell how this one's going to go. They fight, obviously. He wants to know what they're doing there. He accuses him of spying. They don't really deny it. Eventually Wyatt leaves and it gets worse, and Rick threatens and bullies them. He accuses them of scheming, and then they kind of turn the tables and they go after Maya, and he defends Maya and says there's nothing, that can come out about Maya that would change the way he feels, and there's nothing that's going to come out. She's perfect. But the last thing we see is what makes it worth watching the whole episode. Now, while Maya and Nicole are talking about how they have to keep her secret, and no one can find out, and this is so big it would shake the company to its core, guess who's standing outside? Wyatt's standing outside. So he finally has the ammunition, or at least part of the ammunition. He just doesn't know what the secret is. So we know this is going to play out in bits and pieces as the time comes. The one thing I do want to talk about is as Jacob Young at playing Rick Forrester, he is doing an amazing job. I remember back to when this guy was being led around by the nose by Amber, and he was gullible, and then we saw him come back and he was paranoid of his brother Ridge, and now we're seeing him as an absolute despot, an absolute dictator, and he's doing a fabulous job because I hate his guts, and if I hate his guts, it means he's doing a great job. So that's all that we've got for today for B&B Talk. I want to thank you all for checking it out. Please don't forget to subscribe. We are also on Twitter, we're also on Pinterest, and we'll be setting up a Facebook page soon. But I want to thank you all. Please spread the word. Have a great day, and we'll catch you up tomorrow.